Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Captain Patrick, Barry the boater, rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information. I just got back from California, traveled out there all week out there on the left coast. I'm ready to file a full report. Are you ready, Captain Patrick?
The upcoming segment is being brought to you by Greg on a Stick. Greg on a Stick.
Oh, your day is coming.
When you're feeling lonely,
yeah.
Greg on a Stick.
Okay.
Greg on a Stick.
You can see Greg on a Stick on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. You know,
Makes
Barry
a nice fan.
and Patrick are having, they're mildly amused at my expense, evidently. But I gave.
You want to see me make out with Greg?
No, what?
No, I don't even want to see
Excuse
that.
me? What the hell? What is going on? What is going on
I just
here?
ate lunch. Please don't do that to me.
We've run aground already. We haven't even got started yet. This is
Greg on a
sad.
Stick is being mighty aggressive with me. I just want you to know.
Oh,
You
golly.
know, it's
Just
only
stop.
it's only the left coast. It's only the left coast if you're facing north.
Okay, if you say so.
Well, if you're facing south, it's your right coast.
No, I'm looking at a map, and that's why I say that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was out there for the week. And actually, Patrick was spying on me because when I was walking up and down the pier on Seal Beach, there just south of Long Beach, I think actually, maybe it's just north. No, just south of Long Beach is this pier, Seal Beach. And it was really impressive. Then I look down, I see this big barge-type vessel or cruiser. I mean, they're shuttling the workers from the oil platforms out in the bay there, or out in the water of the ocean, and they're shuttling the workers back and forth at the end of the day because it was around sunset. And there's the boat. Patrick is bringing the workers back and forth. That was the name of the boat. And I was like, could that be Captain Patrick? I'm like, yeah, duh.
I'll tell you what, it is a sharp-looking ship, that's for sure.
Yeah, okay, then maybe it's not. Is what you're trying to say?
No.
It's not his.
I'm saying it's a really nice. It's a nice, clean ship.
Yeah,
It's not that big. It's looks about 60 feet.
Well, it's one of those kind of trawler type vessels that you see on Deadliest Catch, and it didn't have any crab pots on the back of it, but it has the wooden deck. But it was just like one of those things you see on Discovery Channel. It was an impressive vessel, and I just thought it was odd that it was named Patrick.
Why would that strike you as odd?
Because I was like, you're stalking me. Not only are you doing inappropriate things with Greg on a Stick, you're stalking me when I travel to California.
Greg, cut it out, Greg.
All right.
Jeez.
That's so disturbing. But other than that vessel, which was an impressive piece of machinery floating out there by Seal Beach Pier, I saw all the boats that you've seen on the news, all these trawlers and cruise ships. I mean, they're just lined up along the coast there in California, waiting, for
No. Those are cargo ships.
Well, there's both. There were a couple cruise ships that were out there on anchor too.
So people are waiting out there. On
No, the cruise ships
30
that are
days later.
No, the cruises that are not active, Barry. There are a couple of them that are just sitting out there off the coast of California, in the Long Beach area, along with all those barges and stuff. And as far as you can see, you just see them lined up. It's just crazy. And, I mean, it's kind of sad. I mean, it's still going on. They're still very much lined up. I'm not seeing, I mean, it was kind of funny, like, oh, this is what I've seen on TV. Yep, it really does exist.
It really exists.
And so
lined up. You know what's crazy is the federal government looking at letting 18-year-olds drive semis out of state. That's insane, because take it from a licensed semi driver, me. No.
Not a good
no,
plan?
no.
Well, I
Not a
was
fan of
no.
that. Okay.
I was reading about that. They said that number one, they've been allowed to drive within the state. It'll allow them to cross state lines. That's number one.
Mhm.
And number two, they're going to have another driver with them that is age 26 or older
Yeah.
as a, I guess, like when you have your 15-year-old learning to drive and you're supposed to be next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've driven tandem, and the thing is, I don't want to get too far off topic, but there are rules regarding your logbook as where that second driver can be to where his hours are counted, not behind the wheel. And that's not in the passenger seat.
Well, yeah. Driving tandems like a skydive where the instructor's on top of you. Is that what you mean?
No, the
Okay.
the off-duty driver needs to be in the sleeper.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see
Whatever
what
you say. Well, anyway, I was out there, saw the barges, saw the, inactive cruise ships. There was some activity. There was actually the cruise port at Long Beach. Looks like it was operating over the weekend on like Carnival has a couple ships going. So I think they're going at the moment, but it was hard to tell. But all the news that you see about those barges and stuff, very accurate, including all the, the tent cities, the garbage, the Winnebagos that were parked outside my hotel at one point. I mean, it was kind of sad to see the.
Well, that was the RV. That was the RV show that you missed.
No, it wasn't. It was a bunch of like
People
gypsies
living in RVs
that
Okay.
travel around California and they park everywhere they can. And they just let them do this. It's nuts. I had the whole California experience, including being threatened with murder from a guy on the corner of the street. So I really felt like I had the whole, left coast experience on my short little visit out there. So everything you're seeing on TV, I would say it was pretty accurate.
Were there
that
a lot
wasn't
of
fake
boats out?
news.
Were there people,
Other than the barges and stuff?
No, I'm talking about past personal boats. People out there boating, or was the weather not so great?
No, the weather was okay. Yeah, they were out there, I guess. I mean, when we were there at the end of the day on the coast, so it was sunset, so all the boats were back in the marina slips and stuff.
Cool.
So, but as far as I could tell, boating is definitely taking place. They just probably have more things to navigate around with those, anchored barges and cruise ships off the coast and stuff that generally aren't, right there in the view. But I will say Seal Beach Pier, that was my first time to that particular place. That was an impressive pier, one of the nicest piers I've ever, walked up and down.
Was he there singing?
Excuse me? Who?
Was he Seal?
The song, how's it go, Patrick?
I have no idea.
No, Seal does.
I want to hear you sing it.
They fly like an eagle. Doesn't he do that one too? He does a version of that, doesn't he?
Wait, there's a person that sings on this pier?
Seal. That's his.
Seal.
He made
Right.
a reference to a musician that Barry doesn't.
Obviously,
is
I
not
don't
familiar with. Yeah.
Wow.
I've never been to California. What can I say?
Yeah. Well,
Seal,
you
Seal
haven't
and
missed.
Heidi Klum.
Just watch TV. You'll get everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't watch TV anymore.
It's not fake news. What has been
I have
reported
no
going on
time.
out there?
I have no time to watch
Yeah.
TV.
I mean, the cherry on the sundae out there in California was being threatened with murder from a guy on the street. That was kind of interesting to walk by and, he said, "Hey, what are you looking at? You never seen a man in a mask? I'll kill you, MFer." I'm like, okay.
Did he ask you if you had a bucket of chicken for him, Mr. Sanders?
Excuse me? No, he did not.
He didn't ask for
No.
your bucket of chicken.
Greg,
No.
what you just described is why I'm no longer allowed in the studio.
Good point. Good point.
What's
That's
happening
right.
in boating?
Well, I just wanted to paint that picture for everybody. If you go out to California, you just have some things to navigate, but it's still a fun place to visit.
Yeah,
for
and those
adventure.
are transient RVers, by the way. Those are not gypsies. Gypsies is an actual
Well, yeah, what's the
minor-
difference? They wander around
No.
crappy RVs that they shouldn't be
Gypsies
parked
is
in.
actually a race of people.
Wait, you've
What?
never seen the ones come
Yeah.
from Canada down here every winter?
Those are snowbirds.
What are you talking about? In their RVs
They come in
or
their
what?
RVs. Oh yeah, they
Well,
come.
no,
in these
these
RVs that
are
cost
like
more than my house.
These are like one step above homeless folks. I mean, because they're like derelict RVs, and they just travel around California. And
no, those are
park.
people that can't afford $9 million for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath.
Well, they can't afford a space at KOA, so they just park them in the downtown streets or any suburb of California. And it was just odd. It was an odd thing to see, but whatever. California has its issues. They'll have to deal with them accordingly. But
yet you keep going back.
Well, I had to. I went out there on assignment for our airplane show, Just Plane Radio. We had a very good visit, and the California part of it, and getting out there on the pier was kind of like, that was a little bit of spice to our assignment, little sidetrack thing. So I figured that we had to cover that on the World of Boating since I saw boats, right? That counts.
You. No.
Yeah, well, that's just part of the California experience. It's better than going to Disneyland. More exciting for sure. More coming up.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Even Keatley wasn't ready for me, or anything that followed. Chased by a police department, led by his ex-girlfriend, and hunted by brain fork-wielding Fijian assassins, it's everything he can do to keep from getting locked up, killed, or worse. Kava Screw is available as an ebook for $2.99 at Amazon.com. Kava Screw. Put a brain fork in him. He's done.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Arr! Why buy a house when ye can buy a houseboat? Yarr! Don't forget to check out the galley. That's real shag carpeting.
I will say, I want to back up and make sure people don't misunderstand what I'm saying about my adventure to California. I enjoyed it immensely. It was a great adventure. And the fact that I was threatened with murder from some guy on the street was just kind of completed the whole experience. It was like when I went to celebrate New Year's Eve in New York City, and on the way back to the hotel, I saw a guy relieving himself in a potted plant. So,
listen, I've experienced both of those things going into your neighborhood. Yeah. And then I had to tell you to go back inside.
It doesn't count if you're the one doing the deed there, Patrick.
True,
Yeah,
but remember, Greg, it's the same as when you came down for one of the boat shows and someone broke into your truck,
right?
And stole your t-shirt, your shirt. So
yeah, but that was more,
and that was back in the day when the truck he had was actually in reality a truck.
A truck, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was an avalanche, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sort of a truck.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, moving on to boating news and information here on the World of Boating.
Model.
Let's just kind of navigate accordingly. Patrick, what do we got to talk about today?
Well, seeing as how Mike, the Mariner, is not with us, we had tried to get Mike on board with doing useless boating facts with Mike, the Mariner. But
but he's not here today, and
right. So we're gonna do useless.
He's out boating,
facts.
just for the record, so he couldn't get with us today. But that's fine.
We're gonna do useless boating facts with Barry the boater.
Oh, okay.
Well,
so Barry's gonna move up the food chain just a tad, up the rank today.
There is a website that I've been that I signed up for called boatblurb.com.
Thank God that was the one you were going with. I was really worried there for a second.
Yeah, right. And they had a quick tip about scanning the water. You know, when you're out on the helm, you're supposed to scan the water for, other boats, things that may be in the water, such as scuba divers that are looking for lobster. And apparently some researchers have done some research to see what's the best way to scan areas. And it isn't so much just going back and forth and back and forth. Yes, Patrick?
No, go ahead, Barry. What?
Oh, okay. So what it is you should be going in 30-degree sectors and stopping for about a second or two and actually staring out at that area, so it gives your eyes and your brain a chance to look for any small objects.
So don't scan across, like find a focus and then stop for a few seconds and then move on?
Start at one end and do a quick focus and look, and then move over about 30 degrees or so and do it again. And once you get down to doing that correctly, not only are you scanning, but you're also, if you see something out there, you'll actually see it.
Got it. You won't skip over, say, like a safety sausage from a scuba diver, which may be kind of small, or a dive flag. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
They're hard to see, especially when you have some waves there, because they'll kind of disappear and then come back up. And when you're going out there at 30 or 40 knots, you have to be careful.
So that was a tip on scanning
a tip on
the
scanning.
horizon and stuff. What do you think, Patrick? Have you ever applied that type of technique or no?
Patrick forgot to turn his microphone back on.
I don't know if he did or not.
There he did.
What about now?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you're wondering, I was talking the whole segment. You guys weren't responding, and I figured it was just Greg being Greg.
I think actually your microphone went off there, Patrick. Now it sounds like we got you on your computer mic, and it's not working.
If you're
right.
if you're wondering 30 degrees, what constitutes 30 degrees? Imagine a slice of pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Now you have
to equate it to food because people understand food.
Yeah, now you just made the boaters hungry. Degrees. Well, that's not going to help them look for stuff. They're just going to get hungry, aren't they?
But what happens if you buy a large pie and it's only cut into 4 slices?
Right, exactly. If it's one of those like big Godfather pizza
pizzas.
Sicilian
pizza.
Yeah.
and it's cut into rectangles.
And it's square. Yeah.
I mean, then you're too stupid to be boating or eating because pizza should never come as a rectangle.
All right.
Well.
Okay. So, but do you apply this technique yourself, Patrick? Or was this news to you?
No, this is why it's useless boating facts, although it does have some importance because it's a skill that you have to practice. Most people will not, because chances are they're boating in waters that are familiar to them, whether it be a lake or maybe they're on the Intracoastal, maybe they're on the Great Lakes. They figure I know this area, I boat here all the time, or I've got this nice big open body of water in front of me. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Which down in Barry's area, probably a little further south, the axiom, if it's brown, turn around, holds true.
What? Hold on. I thought if it was brown, you flush it down. What is brown turn around?
When you're scanning, as you should be from the helm, if all of a sudden the water goes from nice aqua and you're scanning ahead, and you see brown, it's darkened up, you want to drop speed and you want to check your position and turn away from that because chances are you're about to run aground.
Okay, got it. But as far as, situations, even if you're familiar with the waterways, applying that technique may help you avoid running over somebody.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are...
Whether it's familiar waters or not, right?
There are things that, and not just talking about people that could be in the water, a skier that may have dropped or a wakeboarder,
Diver,
tube or something like that. Let's talk about, things that our listeners might be more inclined to encounter, because not everybody is down in paradise where Barry is, where you could go literally 10 feet off the beach, stick your head under the water and come up with 9 lobster. So talking about, like an area lake where maybe you're used to boating, and maybe it's not a person that's fallen off, but there may be some debris in the water. There may have been a storm that moved through the night before. Somebody's dock could have come apart. There could be tree limbs, but things that are just below the surface that you don't see because you're moving at such a pace and your attention is diverted elsewhere. Maybe you're talking with your passengers. Maybe you're paying attention to your nice glass cockpit, Garmin screens, things like that, when you should really be scanning to make sure that the direction that you're heading in is safe.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did that one time. I was with a friend of mine who we took a sailboat over to Bimini, and I acted as a lookout as we were coming into Bimini. There's a very skinny channel, and either side is very rocky, so we had to do that.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 PSI left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Imagine traveling twice as fast as you can drive. Imagine taking friends and family snorkeling, surfing, skiing, shopping, and more to exotic destinations. Imagine attending business meetings in cities far away and still making it home at night. Or just imagine exploring the wild blue yonder.
Quit dreaming about it and get to it. There has never been a better time to become a private pilot, and Flight Training Professionals in Orlando will show you how. Flight Training Professionals in Orlando is your full-service flight school. A state-of-the-art flight simulator, a fleet of the latest Cessna aircraft, and a staff of full-time seasoned flight instructors are just a few of the many reasons Flight Training Professionals in Orlando is the place to start your aviation adventure. Call 407-896-0077. That's 407-896-0077. Or go to ftpros.com. That's ftpros.com. This is the World of Boating. Greg, first mate, Captain Patrick, Barry the boater, rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information and share a few useless boating facts or tips. I don't think that's very useless, actually. That's just practical advice. What's useless about that?
There's nothing, Greg.
Horizon.
It was just us kind of making a play on useless boating fact. We discussed this when we unveiled the segment like a month ago that it wouldn't really be useless. It was just a way to make a segment for Mike so he didn't feel so left out.
Okay.
When we talked, because
so here, how about useful boating tips that'll make Mike feel less useless?
How about just useless boating facts with Mike the Mariner? Because pretty much, and you've told me this off air, Greg.
Yeah.
You hate him. You don't enjoy having him on the show.
That is not true.
I
was not talking about Mike when I said that.
Yeah, I know. I know who you were talking about.
Quiet. Barry's listening. Okay. Anyway,
all right, so,
other stuff.
Excitement is building, Greg.
Yeah.
Excitement is building all across the world for the upcoming return of the Miami International Boat Show at Miami Beach Convention Center.
Right.
I did apply for my credentials and was accepted.
Okay. So Valentine's Day, or it's the day after Valentine's Day, right? Is that it?
Whatever. I don't even know what day that is anymore.
Well, you don't know what Valentine's Day is? It's February 14th. It's the most romantic day of the year, Patrick.
No, it's not. Opening day of the Miami Boat Show.
Well, that's what I said. Is it the next day? Is it like the 15th of February? I believe it is.
Actually, if you would let me get on with this segment.
Yeah.
So on the website for the Miami International Boat Show, they have got their ticketing put up, as well as VIP tickets.
Okay, what for Thursday? Is that the premiere day?
Hold on there, Speedy. So for your children, ages 6 to 15, $15 gets you in for one day. Everybody else, it's $40. Primetime preview, which is Wednesday, is $60.
Okay, and we'll explain what that means next on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Come on, Beck. Let's get over there.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Captain Patrick Perry, the boat around and at the crew. All right, so Miami International Boat Show takes place February, is it 15th? Is that the day after Valentine's Day, Patrick? You have that info in front of you.
It starts that Wednesday prior to that Friday.
So that would be the 15th, yes, because Valentine's Day usually, I believe, is on the 14th, isn't it? I mean, on a Tuesday?
I have no idea.
You don't have a calendar?
No, I have no idea about Valentine's Day.
Oh, boy. It always drives me crazy because, you gotta manage that if you have a better app. Now, Patrick, obviously doesn't care.
And I just want to say, more relationships and marriages are broken up
because of the
Miami International Boat Show. Because, honey, sorry, I got to work the boat show. Sure, you say that every year.
Right.
But this is when it occurs.
Yes. Very true.
Sure, in Miami.
Right. Right. Well, it's true. And then, it's funny, the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show always interferes with Halloween. So, why they
interfere with Halloween?
Yes, it does. They don't give away near as good a candy as you get if you just stay home and manage the front door and send the kids out
going to the right places
a
at
bounty
Flips,
of stuff.
You and I will have to go through Flips together. I'll show you where to get the candy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Third.
Some of them have it, but anyway, it's so the VIP is like a several day ticket plus the preview day, like a whole weekend thing.
It is a VIP. There's a VIP 1 day ticket.
Yeah, that's the get in early ticket, right?
No, it's valid Wednesday through Sunday.
Oh,
so the 1 day ticket. Any idea how much to get in for 1 day for the VIP ticket?
$40.
Wait. What does the VIP give you then?
You just said the whole shebang.
The Windward VIP experience includes primetime preview and Super Yacht Miami access, exclusive entry into the Windward VIP clubs at One Herald Plaza and the Miami Beach Convention Center.
Okay.
Enjoy a private concierge to book private appointments, a premium open bar, food complimentary, water taxi, water tender access to and from Island Gardens. Plus,
$100. $100 a ticket.
Wait, it gets better. Okay. I'm not done.
I know, but I can already tell.
Plus, we partnered with Art Wynwood, which is something obviously, to offer Wynwood VIP complimentary general admission access to Art Wynwood, valid any 1 day from Friday to Monday. Attendees, blah, 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 blah. So how much for the Wynwood VIP ticket 1 day?
$100.
Greg?
70.
No, you said 40.
$375.
Okay, for the whole week, though. That is for the whole 5 days.
Windward VIP ticket, 1 day ticket is what it says.
Then it's really that much for 1 day?
That I'm just reading what's on their website, sir.
Huh. Does it have a whole week thing cost? I mean, because that would make it like over $1,000, which would be insane. I can't believe that would be that much.
I'm just telling you. That's what
I would say those are for people that are looking for big yachts and have the kind of money that they want to be personally taken care of,
Well, it's like giving, it's like first class on the airline, getting access to the Sky Club. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're working that angle.
It's like the unknown class on the airline. See, there's a whole nother level to the plane that you're unaware of that you can get access to if you've got the unrestricted access. They actually let you fly.
Really? He's just making crap up now. I know that's a lie because I flew first class to California and back.
Greg was close to buying it.
I know, almost.
He was like, really?
No.
How do I get in on this?
No. I knew that was a lie. That was a fisherman's lie if I ever heard one. Because I flew. I was like, they didn't let me in the cockpit. I tried. I said, hey, I'm in first class. Can I fly this puppy for a little bit and have some fun?
Do these VIP tickets include parking or?
Yes, of course.
All right.
You get your own concierge and the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, they give you a car for free.
Okay, maybe.
All right. Apparently. Okay.
Probably a boat.
In other boating news.
Yeah.
We need to welcome 2 new boaters to the World of Boating family.
2 nude boaters to the World of Boating.
New boaters.
Nude boaters. Got it.
New,
right.
N-E-W.
Right.
He's got hearing difficulties.
Greg, are you familiar with the SNL?
You mean S&M?
SNL, Saturday Night Live. Are you familiar with the Saturday Night Live?
I have heard of this. Yes, I have heard of this show. Yeah, on a Saturday night, right? And
so are you familiar with the current cast? Anybody from the current lineup?
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
So are you familiar with Pete Davidson?
I am.
Are you familiar with Colin Jost?
I am, yes.
They bought the Staten Island ferry that was up for auction this week. We had multiple posts.
What, together? Those 2 guys bought the ferry together?
And I would just, if there's a way to mute you from where I sit.
What? It's a question.
So I can get out more than 4 words.
Let him finish his story, and then you can interrupt.
Good God.
Well,
man.
you just mentioned them both. Just answer the question. Did they both go in together and bought the ferry?
I'm going to tell you in a minute.
Oh, my gosh.
Look, his blood pressure's going to go up. Stop that.
Yeah.
My shirt was white when the show started. It's now blood red.
All right, go ahead. Hurry up. Come on.
During the week, we did multiple posts on the World of Boating Facebook page, which if you haven't checked us out, please check us out and like us. Also, these stories show up simultaneously on the World of Boating
Well, if
website.
Colin Jost and the other guy from SNL would have went there, they would have been able to buy the Captain Patrick boat.
Okay,
that we had a picture of there from California.
This is a decommissioned ferry that was christened the John F. Kennedy.
Right.
And it was in service from 1965, so before I was born, but Greg was already 12, until it was taken out of service last August. This ferry had a very, very long run. It's a 277-foot vessel that has been decommissioned and is currently not in running condition. So Colin Jost and Pete Davidson, this ferry went up for auction.
Yeah.
How much do you think they paid for this decommissioned boat, and what do you think they plan to do with it?
Well, they spent $100,000, and they're going to turn it into a party boat. Knowing Pete Davidson, where they can float out on the Hudson and smoke weed, and Colin Jost will just be along for the ride, I guess. I don't know, and doing, weekend update from the top deck.
All right, Barry, any ideas?
I'm going to say $1,000, and they're going to have to pay more to tow it. I have no idea.
Okay, they paid $280,000.
I win
for this decommissioned boat.
Yeah,
for a broken boat.
And they plan to turn it into
a booze cruise.
New York's hottest club.
Well, same difference. Yeah.
So they've teamed up with comedy club owner Paul Italia for the winning bid for the John F. Kennedy. And they've got a plan for this ferry boat.
Turn it into a floating comedy club in New York. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I guess it's a smart move because real estate is ridiculously expensive. If you were looking to buy it, not just like rent a place. And here you've got something that you could move whether you tow it or you put it back under operating conditions. And it's
just tie it to a dock. Maybe
they'll run it around the Statue of Liberty, tell some jokes, that kind of thing. I mean, it's not a bad idea, really.
Not for that money, but you got to figure you're going to drop. Oh, I bet they drop. They wind up dropping about $5 million into this thing.
Really? You think that much? Wow.
You got to figure it was built as a ferry.
Yeah.
So now you've got to turn it into a club, and it's got all this massive room. So you got to imagine they're going to have some dining. They're going to have a comedy club area. I doubt that they'll be taking vessels on board, or stuff or
cars. Yeah, I mean, because it's mostly cars that would go in the lower decks.
So you just put a stage and a bunch of seating arrangement stuff in there, and
this is 288 feet. And this is huge.
Well, exactly, but that's no different than a big auditorium that you would have for a comedy club. Just making a nice long comedy club.
Yeah,
I mean, they're both comics.
I bet they wind up dropping about $5 million easy into this thing by the time they're done redesigning and upgrades. And depending on what the Coast Guard requires, whether it's tied to a dock or not, that's something that, obviously, if it was going to be out on the water, that brings you in a whole nother type of problem with the Coast Guard as far as getting it up to code. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely going to have some smoke on the water. Pete Davidson, he's into that kind of thing. Probably Colin Jost, too, the Saturday Night Guys. They're always high, right? More coming up on The World of Boating.
You're listening to The World of Boating Radio Network.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Who are you?
We're from the State Mental Institution. We chartered the boat. We're going to go fishing. And that's all there is to it.
But I won't cry myself asleep, 'cause my soul no longer weeps, but my body lies in the heart of the sea.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Captain Patrick Barry, the boater, rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information. All right, so we have a new ferry, comedy club or something coming to the New York City area eventually. It'll probably take them, I guess, a year or so to get that thing going. What, you think it'll be longer than that?
Oh, yeah.
Won't a marine
never know.
architect have to go over the whole boat and redesign it? I mean, this could take some time.
You're going to wind up, first of all, you got to get down into the machinery space, and you got to decide what you're going to do there. Are we going to kind of gut that stuff and make it to where it's basically just a floating shell, or are we going to restore any of that propulsion? Then 2 is everything above the engine room is basically going to wind up being gutted and then redesigned. And, with the current supply chain issues, they're probably, man, if that thing's up and running in 3 years, I'd be surprised.
Well, it depends on what they're going to do. If they gut it and just turn it into a floating dock kind of thing, they can do it quicker. They could flip it quicker than that, but we'll see.
You know nothing. You know nothing.
I
About
don't know. I don't know
boats.
what they're going to do with it, but I bet they're going to want to flip it as quick as they can and start making buco bucks.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to put a lot of money into it. They'd probably be better off just cleaning it up, dragging it down to Florida, making it into another wreck to dive.
Well, look, this could have been the boat for Jerry the Diver Guy.
Good point.
Sure.
Maybe you ought to start looking at retired ferries.
The ultimate dive boat could have cut an access in the hull with a submersible that could drop down in the water.
That would be a hole, not a hull. A hole. You put a hole in the boat. You don't want to put a hole in a ferry. I don't think that would work very well.
I guarantee you there are holes in the hull of that ferry.
Well, yeah, but not big enough for a diver. Yeah, but regardless,
for submersible, no.
Actually, for what Barry, Barry, he's talked about this. That'd be about the right size. And that's not out of the realm of possibility cost-wise. He wouldn't be able to fix it up at all. So he'd basically he'd be living in a old derelict floating vessel, and that'd be about it.
It's just like him up in the mountains now.
Well, right, exactly.
Or those RVs in the left coast, right?
Yeah, he would get like an inflatable bed, maybe be able to put that in there.
He could have an onboard brewery and still a dive charter, a liveaboard.
Okay.
I mean, he could have had himself set for a measly $280,000.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if Pete Davidson and Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live, if this idea came up when they were stoned.
No, it's actually, as I said, because they both are based in that area.
Right.
And real estate is it's almost unaffordable.
Well,
this is
true.
a really smart move.
Okay. Well, we will see.
You can move it from location to location.
It's really smart if it works. Let's check back in a year and see where they're at.
It will not be ready in a year.
Okay.
Anyway, Greg, as you are the only one amongst us that actually books charters and things like that on boats and planes. 5 biggest mistakes to avoid when booking a yacht trip, according to an expert. And I know we're coming up on the end of the show, so we're going to kind of go through these. Number 1, not working with a yacht charter broker, which I think is ridiculous because they just want to make their commission.
Well, you got someone to fall back on if things go south on you.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, until they skip town.
Yeah. Relying solely on online research. Online research is how we survive today.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I just did research about living on the moon, and apparently you can do it without any type of protective gear whatsoever. So I'm all in.
Wow.
That's according to the internets.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Only focusing on length and look. Well, let's skip right past that one because that could be taken
that
out of context.
applies to life, I think.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Choosing the wrong location to charter. Now that's a big one because, like, if you were currently looking at, like, I really want to book a charter on the Black Sea in the Ukraine, probably not a good idea right now.
Yeah, but you'll get it cheap.
It was a deal.
Yeah. Hey, what are those things flying over us?
Yeah. Or is that a periscope?
Yeah. What else?
And rushing from destination to destination. So, if you are of the money, like Greg, big money, where you can book one of these charters, and you should really kind of have a specific, I would think like a 1, maybe 2 stop destination this is where I want to go, because specifically I want to go diving, or maybe it's to partake in the abundant fishing that may happen in these areas for sport fishing, things of that nature, or it may be sightseeing. But when you start to rush through, it's when I was on my surf trip in Costa Rica, there were 3 surf spots that I wanted to focus on, and I did for the time that I was down there. I didn't want to go rushing up and down the coast, other than I really did want to get into Nicaragua and do some of the surfing down there. But my tour guide said, yeah, we're not doing that. A little too unstable. Yeah. But some tremendous surf. So there were 3 spots that I really focused on for surfing during my 5 days there. So I wasn't getting rushed from spot to spot. I wanted to enjoy and learn about the surf break in these areas, the different type of wave, the shape of the wave, the power of the wave, and really get to enjoy it. So,
yeah, plan your dive your plan. It's something we say in the scuba diving world, and I think that applies to this as well. You plan your trip, and then you enjoy your trip if you've done the proper research and everything. All right, good stuff. We'll wrap it up with that for this week. Remember, whether it's sail or motor,
life is better as a motor.
Safe boating, everyone.
You barnacle-bitten swab. World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.